Guys, Forsaken just did way more than expected. Potential updates to skins, a collab that got scrapped, even a killer that might be returning. Let's get into it. Recently, a lot of polls have been happening in Forsaken, with Hytoko and others wanting to know what players think about the game and to gather feedback from the community. Some of this has even brought attention back to a killer that was scrapped and hasn't been seen since the early days of Forsaken, Sonic.exe. Sonic.exe was a fan favorite and many people loved seeing him in the game. However, since early stages of Forsaken, he has been removed. This is mainly because he doesn't fit with Forsaken's current roster, and it was along with permission issues. Recently, Hytoko asked in a poll whether Sonic.exe should return to Forsaken, with many players voting yes since he was such a popular character. However, Hytoko made it clear that this is not a confirmation of the character's return, nor is it a promise that the result of the poll will decide what happens. Hytoko also mentioned that if the character were to return, it wouldn't be as the Bloody Hedgehog. Instead, it would come back as something original and reimagined. Because of this, people have started suggesting different concepts for how the killer could look. One idea is Evil Teddy Blockspin, which is based on the Roblox item. Another concept comes from user J3I, who created a copyright-free version of Sonic.exe called Blue Devil. This version has a completely different design, but still keeps some resemblance, like the iconic blue hedgehog hair. These are just a few examples of how the character could be redesigned to fit into Forsaken without running into the same issues again. That way, the character wouldn't end up being scrapped or removed once more. What should the new design of Sonic.exe look like? There was actually supposed to be a collaboration between Forsaken and another asymmetrical horror game called Doomed by Fate. This game is very similar to Forsaken, featuring a variety of killers and survivors, which made the collab make a lot of sense in the first place. However, things have recently taken a turn. With Doomed by Fate getting into some controversy, it now seems like the Forsaken devs no longer want to associate themselves with the game, at least for the time being. Because of that, a lot of the content planned for this collaboration has now been scrapped. We've already started to see some of what was being worked on behind the scenes. This includes things like a custom chase theme by Zocarp that was intended for an upcoming skin, which was going to be a new skin called Crew for Cool Kid. This skin was supposed to be the most expensive skin for Cool Kid, even more expensive than Mafioso. It would have included a ton of custom features, such as unique animations between 007 Unseen and survivors, a completely custom model, its own chase theme, and even an LMS theme specifically designed for Doomed by Fate survivors and 007 Unseen. This collab could have easily been a massive update, with multiple new skins and features added into the game. But unfortunately, it looks like we won't be seeing any of that anytime soon. Isaac has since responded, explaining that a lot of this content wasn't fully complete. Crew Cool Kid wasn't an official finished skin ready to release. It was more of a concept that he and Zocarp were working on together. Even so, a lot of players are still frustrated. The cancellation wasn't really the developer's fault, and many people are now asking if there's a chance this content could be reconsidered in the future. And honestly, while it is unfortunate, especially since people already like the idea of the skin, it does make sense for them to step back from the collab right now. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's gone forever. We've seen things like this happen before, especially with skins like Chance Sniper, which took a long time to finally release. So if Doomed by Fate manages to fix its issues, there's always a possibility that this collaboration could return in the future. But for now, it's scrapped. Would you want to see this collab come back? Forsaken has recently been shifting toward a brand new direction with its character design, specifically focusing on a more modern 3D clothing style. You can already see this clearly with Jane Doe's release, where the overall design feels much more detailed and polished compared to older skins. However, not every skin has been updated yet. A lot of older skins are still using the original 2D clothing format. Even with the old design up to time, which you can notice them with specific skins like the artist's skin still having that old design. In response to this, a user known as Chilled Bunny has started creating their own custom updates for multiple skins, updating them to fit the new to time redesign, and to make the skins more towards the new 3D clothing style. They've mainly focused on Chance at first, but now they've also started working on to time skins as well. One of the most interesting updates they've done is for the artist skin, which is honestly one of the more forgotten skins in the game. They completely updated it, giving updates to the apron and even giving it the redesign to time, while still keeping true to what the original looked like. On top of that, they even remade the rig and changed the dagger, which is paintbrush with the two blades going through the brush. But it doesn't stop there. Nearly every single to time skin has actually been updated by them, giving all of them a more consistent 3D appearance. This includes things like brand new renders for skins such as Kitty, updates to upcoming skins like the Easter-themed Spring to Time, and several other redesigned concepts they've been working on. They've also been trying to get in contact with the Forsaken devs to potentially add these updates into the game, although we haven't heard anything back yet. At this rate, we could easily see Chilled Bunny update even more skins for other survivors, especially considering they managed to create all of this in just a single day. If the developers actually notice this, there's a real chance we could see some of these redesigned skins added in a future update, possibly even the Easter update. Should Forsaken add these to the game?
Cloud, right there!
So, with there being a range of new Aberrant skins potentially coming, one that is now highly anticipated by fans is the Slasher Aberrant skin. We now have Alexis Funny currently working on it, and this skin is based off Jason. Alex showcased Jason's mask with a broken hole that seems to show off his eye, while still keeping the usual hockey mask style that Jason wears. He also mentioned the original Roblox version of Jason's hockey mask, saying that this design is mixed with it to make it unique and give it a different style instead of being exactly like Jason. With this, Spaint has already made a combination of both masks. Friday the 13th inspired Aberrant Slasher design. It's still very incomplete, but we could definitely see this concept become something in the future if Alex manages to finish it. On top of that, there has been a massive fan-made concept video by Mr. Purple featuring a brand new intro. The skin mainly shows Slasher carrying the iconic axe Jason uses, alongside a classic Roblox knife. We even see updated walking and running animations, with him being much taller and bigger than the regular Slasher. The stun animation resembles the one from Friday the 13th, and we also get a new M1 and kill animation. His behead uses the axe to swing across, and Gashing Wound, both miss and hit, has a full combo using both weapons. Raging Pace uses the Necrobloction charge up and can even be used to kill a survivor, with custom animations for behead and Gashing Wound included. This skin concept also features multiple custom kill animations against every survivor, with Raging Pace having its own unique variations as well. And finally, we get a full outro. What do you think of this Aberrant skin? So this update could be way bigger than we expected. What do you wish to be added? Subscribe and hit the bell for more Forsaken in it.